Nearly 14,000 students have come to WCC this year. Every one of them has their own dream, their own talent, and their own unique story. Deidre Griffin watched her mother struggle daily to pay the rent, the utility bills, and to keep drugs and alcohol out of the house.
Money and financing has always been a problem throughout my whole childhood. Sometimes, I would come home from school and the lights wouldn't come on, or maybe we didn't have some water, on occasion. Not very often, but sometimes,
She grew up in a world where drugs and high school dropouts were common.
Say you live in a bad neighborhood, you see people outside, they're sitting on the curb, they're content on the curb, having nothing, nowhere to go, no home. You see that and you're like, I don't want to be like that. When you get older, that kind of gives you the initiative, okay, I know I'm going to go to school and do this so that I won't be sitting on the curb content,
Deidre was determined to make something of herself, and she knew that education was the only tool that would help her rise above her environment and achieve her true potential.
My main program of study is accounting. I plan to be an accountant or a financial manager. It's appealing to me because I like math, I like to work with money and numbers and equations and all types of stuff. I love to manage money, even though I didn't really see much of it growing up. When I got my hands on a little bit of money, I like to count it, let me count your money, Education is the key to get me up and out from the bad areas of my life that I come from. Education, it's wings. Fly up and out of the bad situation, go on to a better life, just the other side of the grass. Where it's supposed to be greener, education is supposed to get you there. You have education, you can do anything.
After a spinal cord injury in 2006, John Watson found himself paralyzed, trapped in a body he could no longer control.
I was in the hospital in an inpatient stay for about 2.5 months, doing therapy, learning how to get used to my body, my new body. But, the farther you go down the road and the harder you work, the less help you need and the less adaptations you need. So, eventually you're looking at living a pretty normal life.
Former University of Michigan football coach Lloyd Carr met John while he was still in the hospital. "Little did I realize," said Carr, "that I would leave that hospital room having met one of the toughest, most courageous and unforgettable people I have ever known." Eventually, a magical day arrived, and he was allowed to leave the hospital for a short time to attend a Michigan football practice. John's love of life was powerful. His positive attitude refused to be crushed. Before long, he realized that although he couldn't always control his movements, he was still very much in control of his dreams. John's big dream was to one day make movies.
Anything that brings out emotion is really what gives me in the film industry. So, I just want to be able to make something that people enjoy watching and it entertains them. The way I look at it is there's no time for negative attitudes, With any person, with a disability or without a disability, the only way to go is up with life. So you just have to keep looking forward and know that things always do get better if you want them to get better. So you just have to keep, living.